this video will find you at the right time. You see, one thing I've realized is that life should be fun. Everything should be fun, but not in the way that you think. I think the hard things, I think discipline should be fun. I think the focus should be on making discipline so fun that it's almost impossible to not be consistent, that it's almost impossible to not enjoy your life. Because I think the more you try to struggle against your own mind and the more you try to make the good path the hard path, I think that's when you lose yourself in the struggles, and that's where you make it unnecessarily hard for yourself. And it's not that you can't do it and it's not that you're not capable, but it's more of the fact that why struggle against yourself when you can make it easy for yourself? You know, why make it unnecessarily hard for yourself when you could just go the way that's already paved for you? And it's in realizing that most discipline doesn't have to be hard, you know? It can be easy. It can be something that you actually enjoy doing. And maybe at first it's probably not going to be, because we're already hardwired to do certain things, to partake in these pleasures and indulge ourselves. And that's what our brain seeks out, because our brains are kind of used to this pleasure, this high dopamine state, this stimulation. But when it comes to making progress in a lot of things in your life, it's more about finding the balance between hard and enjoyable. I think the journey of progress doesn't have to be terrible. It doesn't have to be torture and terrifying and just all of the bad things all at once. I think it can be fun. I think it can be enlightening. I think it can be something to look forward to. I think you should look forward to your own growth and your progress. And I think you should also look forward to growing, because I think growing itself should be the reward. I think you don't need a reward outside of the fact that you know that you're on the right path, that you know that you're growing. I think growth, to every single human and all of us, growth is the most important. I think when you realize that every single human wants to progress, because it is within us, it is a biological factor that we need to evolve. We've evolved ever since the beginning of time. We've grown, we've developed our ways of thinking, we've developed our infrastructures, the way we live, we've developed almost everything. And I think there's a reason why. There's a reason why we love growth, and there's a reason why we feel so depressed when we're not growing, when we're stagnating, when we're basically not progressing and regressing. Because I think once you truly progress and you give yourself space to grow, you give yourself space to become somebody new, to experience new things and be disciplined in all the ways you like. I think that is when you feel most at home. That is when you feel most fulfilled and most happy and most in this, enjoying state of life, just like living life at its core, living life the way it should be lived, which is not through suffering, which is not through hating your own life. But I think you got to live in a way that speaks to you. You got to live. It doesn't matter about anything else, the externals. What matters is you're living true to yourself. You're living in this state of fulfillment and passion and joy, and just spending time with your family, spending time doing the right things, spending time outside, spending time working on your passions, working on your hobbies, spending time exercising, treating your body right, cooking up a nice, healthy meal, spending time nourishing yourself, nourishing your brain, learning new things, spending time with the right people, spending time and doing all the things that fulfill and nourish the heart. Because I think even if you achieve success, but you're not happy, if you achieve success, but you're not fulfilled, then at the end of the day, that the success doesn't matter. I'd rather fail at something I love than succeed at something that I hate. And I don't say that trying to avoid success or anything. I say that in a sense that I'd rather fail knowing that I tried my best and that is all the closure I need, than succeeding but not having the closure because I know that I didn't do what I want, and I know that I didn't actually try my best because it's not what I wanted to try my best on. I mean, in a sense, there is wisdom in realizing that not everything happens for a reason, and most of the things that do happen in our lives are trying to tell us something. They're trying to teach us something that we need to know to get to the next step in life, to achieve new heights and become somebody new. I think most of the things we avoid have all the answers we seek. And that's a paradox. That's a funny thing. We're kind of avoiding ourselves in the sense that we are avoiding the things that lead us to ourselves, if that makes any sense. I mean, it's not confusing or anything. It's just all the hard things that we avoid, they shouldn't be hard because they're good for us. And if you liked your growth, you would do what's good for you, and you wouldn't complain, and you wouldn't say you're going to do something, say you're going to sleep early and then sleep very late. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't go back against yourself like that, because you have a trust, you have a bond, you have a sense of confidence and esteem about yourself that almost makes it impossible for you to break your own word, to go back against your own promises. And I think that is maturing. Maturing is realizing all these things while not having to suffer through them, not having to necessarily learn the hard way. Because things can be learned without necessarily struggling, without being in a very bad spot. Even though those bad spots teach you the most, I think you can still learn and be like, okay, maybe this is not right, maybe this is right. But at the same time, you got to experience. At the same time, you got to go through it to actually know. Because you can't actually know if you're just hearing about somebody telling you that, okay, you know, this is bad, don't do this. But you kind of actually have to go through it and know that, okay, this was really bad, I can't do this again. Or this is something that is good for my life, so I should do it again. And I think there's a part of our experience that has to be firsthand. There's a part of our experience that we can't fake. That is just about time and experience, where we get to a point where everything becomes clear in a way. And if you're seeing this video right now, I think it was for a reason. I think it's because you know that great things are coming. It's because you know that you're slowly realizing these truths, these things about life that we're kind of waiting for you to realize them. So I'm Dan. I make videos like these every single day. I have a newsletter in the description. Subscribe there. It's for free. I post weekly content every single week on Sunday. And subscribe to this channel and my main channel too in the description. And I'll see you in the next video. You got this, bro.